Hi everyone and welcome to this video on creating public holidays in PayGlobal. In this video, we are going to learn how to create holidays. We will then learn how to attach holidays to holiday group. And last but not least, we will learn how to attach holiday groups to employee record. So let's get started. When you create a public holiday, basically what you want to do is you want to avoid employees applying for the public holiday on the employee self-service portal. So in order to show you a scenario over here, let me log in to my employee self-service and let me go to my leave. And as you can see on my calendar over here, in future time 15th and the 18th is a public holiday, and at the moment it is not set up in this environment, and therefore we will learn how to create this public holiday, and then we will log back into our ESS to see if this has been changed. At the moment, if I click on it, I will be able to apply for a leave on this particular day. However, this falls on a public holiday, therefore I should not be able to apply for this. So in order to do that, we will log in to our employee self-service. Now, the navigation that I'm going to show you will depend on your user profile. So if you are not able to see this, you may need to revise or you may need to relook at your security profile privileges that has been given to you. You will go to the organization folder, then you will go to the entitlements subfolder, and then you will click on the holidays over here. Alternatively, what you can do is you can use the global list, which is on top over here under your toolbar. Click on it and type holidays. Now, as you type onto this, you have to be really fast. You don't have to type the full word of it. You just have to type first 2 or 3 letters, and it should get you to that area. So if I click on the holidays over here, it will also take me to the same place. Now with the global list, it not only takes me to this area, but it also shows me a breakdown of where it is placed in. So that's one of the good things to use in the global list. Now over here, we will create a public holiday. So in order to create a public holiday, what we will do is we will right click and select add record, and you will assign a code to it. Just remember, a code has a limit of 12 alphanumeric characters, and try to avoid using space in your code. So I'm going to put 2022, and I'm just going to put the date of that particular public holiday. In this case, it's going to be 0415, and the description over here would be Good Friday. And again, there's a limit to the description. Ensure that whenever you're entering a description, it is within 30 alphanumeric character. Under the details tab over here, you will enter your public holiday date. Now, the following fields over here are as follows. Leave day indicates whether employees who work on this holiday can take another day off, which is leave day. This setting may be determined by the legislation. In terms of Fiji, this is not applicable, so we will keep it to default, which is no. Stationary indicates whether this holiday is legislated by country or region, and in this case it is, so you can change it to yes. Festive indicates whether this holiday occurs in a festive period such as Easter or Good Friday. So if it's within that scenario, then you can change that to yes. An operating day indicates whether this day is a normal operating day for the organization. So you can either determine that. Now, you can go ahead and change that according to your preferences. However, you can leave that if you want. You can leave the settings as default, as this has no implication onto your PayGlobal or onto your employee self-service. So if you want, you can leave that as default. Otherwise, you could go ahead and change that according to the public holiday that you are entering. Now we will also enter another public holiday. In this case, we're going to enter We're going to select a code, and we're going to enter a description, enter your date over here, and we can leave the rest of the setting as default. I can show you that it will not have any impact. So if I leave that as it is, and if I click on save, you have the two that we have created. One, we have changed some of the features over here depending on the public holiday, and the second one, we have left it as default. Now this is for Fiji setup. In case if you are in AU or NZ, you may need to check that. Now creating a public holiday is one part of ensuring that you have properly created a public holiday. What you will do next is you will go on to the holiday groups, which you will find under the same tab on the treetop view. As you can see over here, on the left hand side, you'll see another entity as holiday groups. And based on the holiday groups that you have created, you're going to attach it to the relevant holiday groups. Now you can have multiple holiday groups over here, and at the same time you can have multiple holidays depending on the country that you are setting up for. Once you set up all the holidays, you will go onto the holiday groups, whereby you will specify which holiday falls onto which or applies into which particular category. So if I want, I can create another public holiday group over here, such as NZ holidays, and I can put NZ public holidays. And so whatever holidays falls into NZ, I will go ahead and edit over here, and whatever falls into Fiji, I can go in and add over here. Let's double click onto a Fiji public holiday, and let's add a public holiday. The reason over here is optional. You can use this when you use a generated non-clock data command. It will insert the reason into time bands for employees who have not clocked on or off in that day. So for now, it's not mandatory for us to enter this. So what you can do is you can skip this and you can go to the next step, which is the holiday step. The holiday step will list you all the holidays that you have already added. And so in order to add a new holiday that you have created, you will right click on the record anywhere on the grid and select add record. And you will be required to add a holiday over here. So you can go ahead and add the holiday that you have created. In my case, it's Good Friday. So I'll add that. And again, reason is optional. So I will not enter anything over here. I'll click on save. And as you can see, my holiday gets entered into this holiday group. In order to add a next holiday, I don't have to close this. All I can do is I can click on this add button, and what it will do, it will add another record on top of it. So I'll go ahead and I'll select another holiday that we had created, and in this case, it's Easter Monday. So I'll click on that, and I'll click, now that I do not have any other holidays to select, I will click on save and close. Once I do that, you will see that you have two holidays that has been added to this holiday group. Once you confirm that this is correct, you will click on save and close. And you have your public holiday that is attached. Now, you need to ensure that those who are liable for this public holiday, it's attached to their record. To ensure that that is done, you'll go to the employees grid over here. You'll go to a record. You will go to the payroll tab, payroll section over here, and then you'll click on the contract tab. Under the contract tab, you will see that there's a field called holiday group. You need to ensure that at the point of your data entry, you have to attach the relevant holiday group for that particular employee. It is then only the employee, when they log into ESS, they will be able to see the public holiday that will be flagged onto their leave calendar. Now, if you miss any one of this part, if you miss creating a holiday, you will not be able to move further. If you create a public holiday, but if you miss attaching it to the holiday group, then again the employee will not be able to see a public holiday on their leave calendar. And even though, despite adding that onto your public holiday group, if that particular public holiday is not attached to this particular employee, to the relevant employees, again they will not be able to see the public holiday onto their leave calendar. Now, ensuring that this three setup is done, we can go on to our employee self-service, and we can check that to see if the public holiday is visible or not. Therefore, let me reload the page. And as you can see on our leaf calendar over here, when you hover your mouse onto that particular public holiday, you will see that the description of the public holiday is written there. Likewise for 18th as well, as you can see, there's a description written there. And by the look of the calendar, you will see that this is how the public holiday will get reflected or will be shown onto your calendar. You'll have a different background color, and the date will also be highlighted in bold with a red color. And do note that this may only apply to all the employee who is under the profiled leave request setup. This may vary for employees who are keyed or who are on rostered setup. However, this is the standard process for you to create a public holiday in PayGlobal. Thank you for watching. If you got value out of this video, please do give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel. I will see you in the next video.